morning, everybody. It's Rick from H.R.I. Services. Today I'm going to make a knife out of this lawnmower blade. So I'm going to have to cut it down to length. Then I'm going to take it up to the 1420 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the non-magnetic temperature. And then at that point in time, I'm going to put it in fiberglass and leave it cool slowly until tomorrow. And at that point in time, it will be malleable and I will be able to work with it and cut it, grind it, drill it, and then I will reharden it and polish it up and it will be complete. This is for my wife for Christmas. Today is the 20th of December, 2018.
I'm going to speed up the footage 4 times so you can see the complete build. I heat the blade to a medium to bright red color, approximately 1420 degrees Fahrenheit, and then put it in a milk crate that is filled with fiberglass insulation for a slow cool, so it will be malleable and I will be able to manipulate the metal. An issue you'll have with a torch compared to a forge is you can see the blade moving back and forth while heating. You must move the heat from one side to the other evenly, especially on the reheat to harden, or the knife will not be straight.
There it is after a full 24 hours of cooling that it's been in fiberglass insulation, and now it is malleable so that I will be able to bend it, drill it, cut it with saws. Grinders you can always cut with, but it's so hot when it goes in that fiberglass sticks to it.
I hammer out the knife material reasonably straight and lay out the knife pattern that I printed off of the internet. Then I lay out and punch the center line of each hole in the handle. Then I cut the laid out pattern with a 45 thousandths cutting wheel on a 4.5 inch angle grinder. When you come into corners, you will need to make cuts closer together, sometimes in pie shapes, in order to get it cut. Safety glasses, a face shield, gloves, and a solid mount are very important. Always guide the tool, never force it. This is one tool that will eat your cake. Be careful. Decide on the hole sizes that you want in the handle, get your drill bits all together, and drill those holes. I recycle some of my waste oil by using it as cutting lubricant. This is a small Smithy lathe mill drill unit. It works for many small projects, not real accurate, but it works just fine. Clean the blade material down to a smooth finish with a 40 or 60 grit 4.5-inch flap disc. Clean up the knife edges so they are straight and square. 120 grit belt on a sander works fine. You want to get all of the metal work, including basic sharpening, completed prior to the final hardening. All of the sanding should be done with gentle, even strokes to keep from gouging the material. Be careful not to overheat thin areas of the blade. This will be critical after the hardening process is completed. Using a drill bit the same diameter as the knife material thickness, lay the knife on the table and the bit perpendicular to the knife, using the bit tip to etch the knife cutting edge to find the center line of the blade. The jig I made here is made from various YouTube video designs others had made. The initial grind is with 120 grit sanding belt. Again, be gentle on the grind with long strokes and even pressure. Switch the knife to the opposite side of the jig and grind the opposite side of the blade to that center line. Back down on the pressure as you come to the tip of the knife so you don't overheat the material. This is practice for the final grind after the hardening process is completed. Switch the belt to 180 grit and run over both sides of the knife prior to hardening. Use an 80 grit flap disc on a die grinder to clean up any remaining marks on the side of the knife, being careful around the edges and the holes. After it's all cleaned up, it's ready for hardening. Again, you want to heat the knife up to 1420 degrees, a dull to medium red color, being careful no direct heat is on the tip because it's very thin there. Move the torch from one side to the other to keep even heat, which will keep the knife straight. Move the torch tip closer for more heat and farther away for less heat. My pan has waste oil in it. I preheated the oil to approximately 100 degrees prior to starting to heat the knife. When the whole knife is to the heat you like, place it in the oil to cool and harden. The knife will come out of the oil black and will need to be sanded or ground to clean it up. Then you can do a file test to verify hardness and then also check for straightness. And again, use a die grinder with an 80 grit flap disc for final cleanup. Control is the name of this game. Be careful around the tip of the knife. Get the collar off both sides of the knife. Next is the final grind of the cutting edge. First one side, then the other. I did this in real-time speed, slow, continuous, even strokes, pulling back as you come to the tip of the knife. You can cool it with water between strokes, or take your time and let it cool. It is imperative that you do not overheat the tip to a blue color, or you will take the temper out of that area. Looky there, it cuts paper just like on TV. There's the final product, and thanks again for watching.